Back up here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Northwest Missouri State getting ready for the Central Region Tournament Championship tomorrow night against Augustana. Now, in order to properly explain the success of Northwest, we had to talk about the staple of the Bearcats. It's the guard play. Starting 13 years ago with guys like Cooper and Williams, leading up to now with Hudgens and Bernard.
I think that's definitely helped, having a coach that knows the position as well as he does.
Throughout the last decade, Ben McCollum's coached some of the best guards in not just the MIAA, but all of Division II.
Mac does a great job of bringing kids in and developing them through the system. And maybe there's some kids that he may let go a little bit more and be themselves a little bit more because that's what makes them go.
A guard himself at Northwest back in the early 2000s, McCollum has molded and guided the likes of Deshaun Cooper, Bryson Williams, Justin Pitts, Diego Bernard, and Trevor Hudgens into some of the very best.
I think the way we go about it's probably the same, meaning I'm pretty hard on guards.
The transition between the first and second year with all the guards, I feel like, is just, trust. The trust in us with him, just to run the offense, just to control the game.
Fans like to rank these guys, but in reality it's hard to do because they each brought a different style to the program, depending on the needs and the other players around them.
What kind of team we have is different too. Like this has all shooting, so it's a little bit different than when Justin played, and then obviously when Cooper played we had 3 non-shooters on the floor at a time.
When you look at Hudgens and Bernard's body of work over the last 4 years, they're in the top 10 of several categories.
Even in the game yesterday, Trevor's a 5th-year guard and I'm on him, it's just what they sign up for, and it makes them better.
And when these guys were making their decisions to come to Northwest, it didn't hurt to have guys vouch for McCollum and the way he coaches the guards.
Just talking to Bryson about how his time was coming when he was setting like the standard of the culture here, and then Zay picking up the culture and he keeping it going. Just talking to them before I even committed, it was just a family atmosphere, and just like I had back at Lafayette.
Some might call Northwest point guard you. You can do that, sure. Multiple All-American, game-changing players throughout the last decade plus. And the results showing it. There's not many places in Division II better than Northwest when it comes to their backcourt.
A big part of why he's the coach that he is, the great coach that he is just because there's a good balance there of do what you do, but also play within our system.
It's hard because there's a lot of pressure, but in the end, I feel like we've had some of the best guards in the country at Division II, and I think that's because of how we coach them.
So Hudgens and Bernard, the rest of the Bearcats, taking on Augustana tomorrow night in the Central Region Tournament Championship. That game's at the tip-off here at the Sanford Pentagon at 7:05.